Welcome back and moving on to our second segment of today. We have many initiatives that are taking place in Egypt, whether we're talking about the state's efforts in providing basic commodities to the Egyptian citizen at reasonable prices, or other initiatives that are taking good care of industry in general and agriculture. So over the phone we have with us Mr. Abdulatif Wahba. He's a journalist. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I'm talking about the importance of these initiatives, starting with the initiative of decent life in Egypt.
Yes, as you know that
Yes.
now the government and according to the directions of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued many initiatives. This is of course to face the repercussions and also the side effects of what happened in the world. I mean the economic crisis, especially the repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. And at the same time, as you know, that during the last days, the government launched free exhibitions of commodities and goods, not only in Cairo, in Greater Cairo, but also in other provinces of Egypt, to sell and to offer the main basic commodities for the Egyptian people with reasonable prices. This is, of course, it doesn't mean that they can get it with completely low prices, but it aims at making also at the same time an equilibrium in prices of the main basic commodities in Egypt, and to at the same time to be in competitions with the private sectors, also supermarkets or supply chains and so on. During the last 2 days, Prime Minister and the Minister of Supply launched the first one in Giza province, and at the same time they decided or they let for all provinces to do the same way. This is of course to help the people to prepare for the holy months of Ramadan. And as you know that the local consumptions in Egypt, especially in Ramadan, increases than the other or the normal consumptions during the other months of the year.
So talking about these initiatives and its impact on the Egyptian citizen, as you mentioned, we are talking about Ahlan Ramadan to have it a little bit early, in addition to the initiative that with a slogan, we are all one, for example. Well,
Yeah.
This is of great importance for even the natural environment or the general environment among citizens. Don't you see this?
Yeah, of course. As you know that the Egyptian people, especially the non-governmental organizations, also at the same time played an important role in this sectors, especially to help the needy people, and also many families in maybe in Upper Egypt and also in the Delta and the Nile Valley and so on, This is, of course, the great effort, I think, the great done of the of the non-governmental organizations. As you know, that they help the people in many sectors, not only in buy food and commodities with low prices and so on, but at the same time they are helping the people, especially after the launching many efforts in other sectors like health, like education, and so on. This is on one hand. On the other hand, as you know, that the National Services Authority at the same time distributed many of tons of main basic commodities in other provinces, especially the provinces that didn't have a supply chain or a state-owned supply chains, like Al-Ahram, like Nil, and so on. So they distributed many convoys in all the Egyptian provinces, and this, of course, is to help the Egyptians to be ready. And at the same time, as you know, that according to the direction President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, they increased the offers of main basic commodities in local markets.
What other initiatives, because when we talk about all these initiatives, these initiatives extends and include farmers as well, talking about industries. So what other initiatives that are focusing on farmers and small industries?
Of course, as you know, that the government decided or allocated about 150 billion Egyptian pounds for industry sections and also agriculture. They allocated or divided it to 140 billion Egyptian pounds for industry sections and the others for agriculture. This is, of course, will let the beneficiaries to get loans with a moderate and low interest rate. I think it is 11%. Of course, this is a great help for them, especially if we compared the interest rate with the current interest rate in the Egyptian banks. It is about over 18%. This is one of the main initiatives in Egypt, and at the same time, according to the cabinet meeting yesterday, the government decided at the same time to increase the prices of the local wheat in Egypt. Especially they are preparing for or to start the new purchasing seasons in 2023 in April, and they increased the prices of the local wheat from about 880 Egyptian pound for Bir Dab. They increased it to about 1,250 Egyptian pound Bir Dab. This is, of course, to encourage the local farmers to sell their output to the government. This is, of course, also it is a primitive procedures to meet or to face any repercussions or expected repercussions for the global prices. If the global, if the global prices of wheat still go high. So they are preparing, they are trying, the cabinet and the governmental supply minister, Minister of Supply, to increase their strategic reserves of the main basic commodities like wheat, like vegetable oils, and also at the same time the government led to the General Authority for Supply and the Commodities to import at the same time the corn. I think it is the first time that the GASC, the General Authority for Supply and the Commodities, offers a tender to import corn. This is, of course, at the same time to control the local prices of the animal feed in Egypt.
Sir, talking about all these initiatives, they are moving parallel with each other, because on the other side we have the new health insurance system, and of course this initiative in particular, or this project, has always been a dream to Egyptian citizens in general.
Yeah, of course, all the initiatives launched during the last 4 or 3 years aim to help the people, aim to improve the standard of social life in Egypt, and to also to help the needy people, not only in Greater Cairo, but all in all Egyptian provinces. And this is, of course, based upon the statistics of the CAPMAS, of Planning Ministry, that about spending and income report, annual report in Egypt.
Right.
So the,
Mr.
yes.
Abdulatif Wahba, our journalist, thank you very much for joining us. Right, and with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.